Hi, I'm Mrs. Hansen, and I'm going to demonstrate how to wash and dry dishes. First, you want to fill your sink with hot water. When placing the drain stopper in the drain, make sure the knob is pointing up. Then add a little bit of liquid dish soap to the water. You can always add more later. We're going to place dirty dishes in the hot soapy water. With the exception of sharp knives, they should be left on the counter. Use a dishcloth, which is a square-shaped cloth, whereas a dish towel is rectangular in shape. We'll dry dishes with this. First, we are going to wash a drinking glass. You want to wash the inside of the glass, around the rim of the glass, because that is where we place our mouth while drinking, and then the outside of the glass. Rinse thoroughly using hot water, making sure you have washed all the food off the glass and rinse the soap from the inside. Then place into a dish rack, which my dish rack is in my second sink. We're going to wash the bowl the same way, washing the inside and the outside, and then rinsing. We'll do the same thing with the dinner plate. We're going to wash the top and then the bottom, and rinse. And then place in the dish rack. With utensils, we will wash both the handle and the part that goes into the mouth. That includes forks, spoons, and yes, even butter knives. And then we will rinse and place in the drying rack. Now for that sharp knife. We're going to be really careful, wash the blade without sawing the dishcloth onto the sharp blade. We also want to wash the handle too. Then we rinse the knife and we place it in the dish rack, blade side down. With large chef knives, you will carefully wash the blade and the handle, again not using a saw in motion. Notice I do not put the knives into the dishwasher or dishwater. And then you're going to rinse and place it into the dish rack where nobody can cut themselves. Now that I am done washing the dishes, I will check the counter and the table to make sure I've washed all the dirty dishes. I will then unplug the sink to let out the water. While the water is draining, I'm going to wipe down the counters for any water spills that I might have made while washing dishes. And then I'm going to start drying dishes. Remember, we want to dry the top and the bottom of our dishes, the inside and the outside of our bowls, and then also with our drinking glasses, I like to place a part of the towel into the glass, and that helps, and then rotate the cup or the glass around the towel, and that helps dry up any water that is inside the glass. We don't want to reach into the cabinet to find a bowl or a drinking glass with water in it. Again, drying the sharp knife, you want to be careful not to saw the knife onto the dish towel. And I am placing all of my clean and dry dishes on the counter that I will put away when I'm done drying. I'm drying the handle and the part that we put into our mouth on our utensils. Now that the water has drained from the sink, I'm going to use a dishcloth to wash down the sink and then rinse out any suds or small pieces of food. And then, if you have a garbage disposal, you may want to run this disposal for about 30 seconds. If you hear a loud clanking noise, stop the disposal because something is in it. You also want to run water while you're using the disposal. Now I'm going to dry out my sink. And I will dry out the sink with the dish drainer. And I'm also going to dry around the faucet. This helps keep our sinks from getting hard water stains, and it keeps them looking nice and clean. Now, we're going to wipe down the counter that we have been using. On this counter, I have spaghetti sauce, and I have some salt that has been spilled onto our counter. When wiping down the counter, we want to use a sweeping motion with our dishcloth, or you can use a paper towel. I like to fold over my dishcloth. Using my sweeping motion, I'm sweeping up the liquid. Sometimes I like to fold it over, and then I can finish cleaning up my spill. Notice I didn't wipe anything on the floor. I am also using a sweeping motion to swipe solid foods, such as this salt, into my other hand, and then disposing that food into the garbage. Again, not wiping the food onto the floor. And then I wipe the counter once again to make sure I didn't miss anything. We do not want to wipe food onto the floor because then we would have to clean up another mess onto the floor. I then rinse off my dishcloth thoroughly, getting all the food off the dishcloth. Then I'm going to take my dish towel and I would dry the counter off with a dry dish towel. When I'm finished, I will take all my dirty dishcloths and dish towels and I'll place them in the hamper on top of the washing machine.